and welcome to our new lesson. This is Mrs. Shireen Said, and in our today's lesson, we are going to learn how to link web pages using between web pages, how to link between web pages using the program Expression Web. This is activity number 4 in our activity book. And before we get started, let's look at the previous activity, which we have learned in the previous activities. We learned in activity 1 how to create this web page, the first web page, which is called test1.html. And in activity 2, we learned how to create the second web page, which is called test2.html. In activity 3, we learned how to create a hyperlink. What does a hyperlink mean? What does hyperlink mean? A hyperlink may be a phrase, a text, or an image, such that when the user clicks on it, it navigates or moves the user to another web page. How? Now we are in page test 1. When I'll click on this phrase, which is hyperlink, we will move to the second web page, which is called test 2. It's the second page, as you see here. I'll close this. We are now in the second page. In the second page, we created a hyperlink on this image in this time, not on the text, on the image. When I click on this image, the name of this web page will be changed because we will move to the first web page as follows. I'll click on the image and we are moved to the first page, which is called test 1, and so on. When I click on second page, we go to test 2. When we click on the image, we move to test 1. This is the meaning of a hyperlink. And we learned how to create a hyperlink. To create a hyperlink, we have this code, A space href. And as we studied before, each tag has an end tag, so we created this tag and we close it by adding slash to the letter A. And as you notice here, between the open tag and the end tag, there is a text or the image which will act as a hyperlink. How? Because the word second page is hyperlink here, as you see, which means when we click on it, we will move to the second page. So the phrase second page is the hyperlink text. So we place it between the open tag and the end tag for creating the hyperlink. Okay, what else? In the open tag, you notice here after the equal sign, we find this file name, test2.html. Why? Because this is the orientation. What does this mean? It means after the open tag for creating hyperlink, we type the name of the file or the page that you want to move to when we click on the word second page. How? As you see here, here is the phrase which is hyperlink. When we click on it, you will move to the second page, which is called test2.html. So test2.html is your orientation, which means it is the page which you will be redirected to when we click on the word second page. So this is your orientation, which will be typed after the open tag for creating hyperlink, test2.html. Okay, let's go back and see what we are going to learn in our today's lesson. In our today's lesson, we will learn how to link between web pages, but instead of using the Notepad program to type the previous codes, we will study it in an easy way using the application Expression Web. Okay, as you will see now. To create hyperlink in an easy way using Expression Web, we have to open Microsoft Expression Web application. How to open Expression Web application? We have two ways to open this application. The first way, by clicking on Start button and search inside the Start menu for the word Microsoft Expression. and we find it here. You click on this arrow and you will find that the name and the icon of this program will appear, Microsoft Expression Web. You just click on it and you will notice that the Expression Web window will appear. Okay, this is the first way for opening Expression Web program. How? By clicking again on Start button, and then we click on Microsoft Expression and choose Expression Web. The second way to open Expression Web program is to type here its name inside the search box. We type Expression Web, and you notice that Expression Web, sorry. Find that the icon for this application will appear. You just click on it and you will notice that the opening window for this application appears. What are the components of this window? As you notice here, this window looks like the any other Microsoft application window. For example, it looks like the Microsoft Word window with the title bar, menu bar, and toolbars, like this. If you look at this window, you will notice that we have these components. What are they? The first bar is called the title bar, which includes the name of the file, and because we didn't save the file yet, it's by default is named as Untitled 1, because we didn't save the file yet. Beside this word, we find the name of our application, Microsoft Expression Web. As in other Microsoft application, you find here Microsoft Word, the name of the opening program is displayed. After the title bar, we have here the menu bar, which means it has a lot of tabs. When you click on any of them, the drop-down menu opens. So here we have the menu bar. After the menu bar, we find the tool bar, which includes the most popular tools which may be used by the user. And these tools are included inside the menus. For example, if you look at these three tools, new, open, and save, you will find them inside the file menu, new, open, and save. So it's to facilitate using these tools for the users. What else here? We find here the toolbox. I'll mention the most important components inside this window. Okay, the toolbox, it looks like the pencil case for the student because it has all the tools needed for the user which he may use to create the web pages for his site. Okay, for example, if you'd like to create a form for your web page, you just drag this tool, which is called form, inside your web page. Okay, and if you'd like to add a button inside this form, you just click on this tool, which is input submit. Okay, drag it inside your web page, and you will find that you drag the tools required inside your web page. So easy. Okay, what else is important here? The most important here is tag properties or the attributes for any tag. What does this mean? For example, I'll mention here two examples. BG color as an attribute, it means the background color for your web page. If you'd like to add a background color, you can just click on it like this, and you will notice that the format of your web page is changed easily and directly. What else? If you'd like to put an image inside your web page, you click here beside the word background and click the three dots button, and you can choose any picture from your computer, and you will notice that the picture is added inside the background of your web page. Okay, let's go back to study what else is inside our program Expression Web. Expression web is characterized by a very important property which is called WYSIWYG. These letters stands for the word what you see is what you get. This is the most important feature inside the Microsoft Expression Web application. What does this mean? What does the word what you see is what you get means? It means if you open here your Expression Web program, you will notice that we have 3 tabs. The first one is the Design tab, and this tab displays you the web page as it's displayed inside the web browser window. It looks the same as this window. Okay, it displays the web browser window. Okay, if you click on the tab, the code tab, it opens a very similar window, looks like the Notepad program, the same as this window, because it includes the tags or the fixed structure of HTML to facilitate the process of creating the web page. Because instead of typing this fixed structure each time you create several pages, you will find it created by default. Okay, and if you click on the split button or split tab, you will notice that your web page is divided into 2 parts. The first one is the code window, and the second one is the web browser window or the design window to display the result of executing the code. This is what is called what you see is what you get. How also? I'll give you an example. Inside the code window above here, I'll type this text. I want this text to be displayed inside my web page. I want the text, I love Egypt, to be displayed inside my web page. So I type this text between the open tag and the end tag of the body tag, because the body tag is responsible for displaying any components inside our web page. When you click in the design view, you will notice the result of executing this code directly. In the previous method, when we used before we use Expression Web, we had to open Notepad and type all the structure of HTML, and then we save this file and go to the desktop or the place we saved our file to open the web page like this to display the result of executing the code. But now it's easily way to create the web page using Microsoft Expression Web. Okay? How? By this property. What you see is what you get. Again, I can give you another example. If I'd like to enlarge this text, I'll use or type the tag H1. And as you notice here, we have, you just type the letter H, you will find prepared tags here inside this menu to choose from them, instead of typing the code. And I type the mark. Pay attention here to cut the end tag. Why? Because the text which will be affected by this code must be placed between the open tag and the end tag. So I'll empty here a line and I'll paste the end tag. And as you notice here, if you notice here, there is highlighted in yellow the word body. It refers to an error, okay, inside the code. I'll paste it again, and you will notice the yellow mark, or the highlighted in mark in yellow is disappeared. Okay. Now to notice the result of executing this code to enlarge this text, I'll click here inside the design window, and you will notice that the result of executing the code is automatically displayed without leaving the application. So it's an easy way more than using a Notepad program. Let's go back to our activity, and in our activity we are going to create hyperlink using Expression Web program. How? In the previous activity, as we studied, we created 2 web pages. What are they? Well, test1 HTML and test2 .html. But we created them using the Notepad program. Now we want, instead of repeating the codes again inside Expression Web, I wanted to retrieve or to open these 2 web pages inside Expression Web without repeating, typing the codes again. How can we open these 2 web pages inside Expression Web? I'll show you. You can open any web pages you created before by clicking on File menu and then click on Open. Okay? You will notice that the Open File window will appear. Here on the left side of this window, you click on the place where did you save your web pages. I saved them on the desktop, so I'll hit desktop icon. Here I'll drag down to find my web page. Yes, test1. I just click on it, double click, and you notice here test1.html is displayed. And the program retrieved all the HTML codes, and also the design here is displayed. Okay, I want to repeat these steps again, and I want to open test2 inside Expression Web. How? By clicking on File menu and click on Open. Again, click on Desktop where I saved my web page and choose test2. Yes, double click on it. You will notice here we have 2 tabs and 2 pages, test1.html and test2.html. In the previous activity, we typed the code for creating the hyperlink, which is here, ahref. But when we create hyperlink using Expression Web, we will not going to type any code. It will be typed automatically by just clicking on some icons inside Expression Web. How? Let's remove first the code for adding hyperlink here and the end tag also. I remove them, okay? And go to test1 and remove also the code for creating hyperlink, this one and this one, okay? Now, in the first web page, I'd like to make the phrase second page to be a hyperlink. So I'd like to create hyperlink on this phrase. How can I create it inside Expression Web in an easy way? You must select the element that you want to make it as a hyperlink. I select it by clicking on it like this. What else? The second step is to go to Insert menu and choose Hyperlink. Again, to create a hyperlink, whether it's on an image or on a text, you select the element that you want to create a hyperlink on it. Number 2, you go to Insert menu and click on Hyperlink. The Insert Hyperlink window will appear, and he asks you, what page or where, what is your orientation? What does this mean? It means when you click on second page, where would you like to go to? Yes, we wanted to go to test2 page. So we click on its name here and we click on OK. As you notice, the code for inserting hyperlink is added automatically. And also the word second page, the color is changed and it became a hyperlink. Because how could I know that? Because the color is changed and the word is underlined. And that means it became a hyperlink. Okay, let's repeat the same steps again in page test2 to create hyperlink on this image. How to create a hyperlink? Again, you have to select the element that will be a hyperlink, which means when the user will click on it, it will redirect the user to another page. What is the element here? The word first page or the image? Well, it's the image. So I'll click on the image to select it. And you notice here, the code for inserting the image is highlighted, which means that you select the image. Step number 2, I go to insert menu and choose hyperlink. And again, the insert hyperlink window will appear. And here he asks you, where would you like to go when we click on the image? We would like to go to test1 page. So I'll search for this name and click on it, and then OK. And as you notice here, the code for adding hyperlink is added automatically without typing it. Okay, so it's much easily than using a notepad program. As you see, you just click on some tools and some menus, and the code is typed or added automatically. Let's try the hyperlink to see if it works or not. Here, the word second page, it must redirect us to second page or test2 page when we click on it. To click on it in this window, you must pay attention. You must hold the control button from the keyboard, and he tells you that when you just stand here and you refer to this hyperlink, you find this word, use control plus click to follow a hyperlink. So we will hold the control button on the keyboard, and you will notice that the mouse pointer changed into the hyperlink icon, and we click now on the left button of the mouse. You will notice that we will move to test2 page. So the hyperlink works. Now we will return to page test1. How? You open, you just here move on the image, which is hyperlink, and hold the control button. And at the same time, while holding the control button, you click on the left button of your mouse, and we will move to test1 page. Okay? That's all we have for our today's lesson. In our today's lesson, we studied how to create a hyperlink using Expression Web Program. And as I said, Expression Web Program is much easy than using any other program. Why? Because it has the most important property, which is what you see is what you get, which means that you have here both windows, the code and the internet browser window or the design window, which displays the result of executing the above code to facilitate the process of creating any web page. Okay? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson. Thank you and goodbye.